Sandwich is one of the easy-to-make go-to foods of every American household. However, some very nice and inventive sandwiches have faded over the years due to changes in palate, availability of other varieties, and easier access to more types of proteins. From a sandwich that only 0.6% of American restaurants now serve, to one that has appeared in a James Bond movie, here is a list of famous sandwiches that have now faded away. Number 1 is a creamed corn sandwich. This sandwich served as fast food for many people in the 40s and 50s who were in a rush, too tired to prepare something complex, or were running many hardworking jobs but still had to fix their children's meals before sending them to school. So, the creamed corn sandwich was the answer to this. This is because it is easy to make and has the high nutritional value that vegetarians love. To make this sandwich, all you need is bread, cheese, creamed corn, tomatoes, any spices of your choice, onions, cabbage, or any other lettuce of your choice. Making it was simple. Just cut out a flatbread into a square shape, spread cheese on the surface. Some people used butter if they did not have cheese. Then add the creamed corn, any spices of your choice, tomatoes, onions, cabbage, or any type of lettuce. After that, preheat a pan on medium heat. Use butter or oil, and then gently toast the bread in the pan. However, as more proteins became easily accessible, this food faded from people's memories. However, some vegetarians still prefer it as a less expensive vegetarian sandwich with high nutritional value. But it would appear only a few vegetarians now care for it. This is because only 0.6% of restaurants in America still have it on their menu. In summary, the creamed corn sandwich became popular for a specific reason and faded away when that reason was removed. The next sandwich also had that same problem. The fried Spam sandwich became widespread in every American household during the Great Depression. Inflation had skyrocketed the cost of food, and people could barely afford to buy anything. This meant that many people had to become more creative with what they ate. That was how the fried Spam sandwich came about. The process is simple, and the ingredients were easy to get at the time. To prepare it, you need cheese, fried Spam, mayo, a fluffy egg, hot sauce, and melted cheese. Combine this and put it in the middle of 2 slices of bread and you are good to go. But like many staple foods during the Great Depression, the fried Spam sandwich became forgotten once food prices came down dramatically. No doubt fried Spam was a necessity of the Great Depression. The cold meatloaf sandwich, on the other hand, had been around since anyone might think of anything American. The cold meatloaf sandwich was a classic American simple sandwich. The component of the sandwich was just a cold meatloaf on bread. However, this sandwich became popular because of how people could get different flavors and tastes with it. You can make a cold meatloaf with pork, egg, meat, garlic, butter, and cheese. As expected, this sandwich became more popular during the Great Depression. This was because people could use leftover meatloaf from other meals that might have otherwise been thrown away. While the cold meatloaf was a more believable type of sandwich, this next type looked impossible to conceive: the banana mayonnaise sandwich. Many people would think that cold sliced banana, mayonnaise, and white bread would not go well together, but then they did. The banana mayonnaise sandwich was a comfort food for people in the southern region. It was also a quick fix food that people could easily prepare whenever they were in a hurry but needed to eat something before leaving home. It is by far the easiest sandwich to prepare. All you need to do is slice some banana, spread mayonnaise on a sliced white bread, and add the sliced banana on the mayonnaise between the 2 white breads. While the banana mayonnaise sandwich was easy to prepare, the anchovy fillet sandwich required more finesse. The anchovy fillet sandwich was very popular in the 50s and 60s. It was so popular in this era that it was featured in a James Bond movie. It was the sandwich that James Bond ate in For Your Eyes Only. This shows that it was a class sandwich that was still regarded as one befitting of middle and some upper-class men. The anchovy fillet required more finesse, as it was complicated to make. However, once you get the ingredients, making it is only a matter of carefully following the recipe. This sandwich's ingredients include anchovy fillets, breadcrumbs, milk, olive oil, pepper, cucumber, butter, and toasted bread. To make the sandwich, you need to get the anchovy paste. To do this, crush the anchovy, add the breadcrumbs, olive oil, milk, and pepper, and mix together to get the paste. Add cucumber, spread on the bread surface, and then toast it. If you are not the type that is repulsed by anchovies, you can definitely still give this a try. Although the sandwich became forgotten as time went by, the anchovy filet sauce was still very useful. This was because the sauce had utility value and could go with any type of meal, just like how the pimento cheese sandwich sauce was popular because of its utility value. This is the most recent sandwich in this list. The pimento cheese sandwich, originating from the southern region, became popular in the 20th century. This was the period when cheese sandwiches started becoming increasingly popular in American households. Notably, many types of sandwiches from the 40s through to the 60s originated in the southern region. The pimento cheese sandwich is simple to make. You could make it with just mayonnaise, warm milk, shredded cheddar cheese, pimento pepper, and sliced bread. All you have to do is combine this ingredient to get a sauce which you will then spread over 2 slices of bread. However, as people became exposed to different kinds of ingredients and proteins, which changed their palates, the pimento cheese sandwich lost its place of grace in the American household. Although the sandwich itself lost its importance, the sauce remains very important to this day. The sauce's utility value ensured its relevance. You could use it as a side dish, sandwich spread, garnish for a burger, or for barbecue. Next on the list of forgotten sandwiches is the peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. The peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich was primarily for children's breakfast. It is a combination that should ordinarily not go together. But because it was easy to prepare for people who were working 2 jobs or had very strenuous work, it was popular in American households. The Great Depression also didn't help matters. People's finances suffered a huge downturn, and they had to work twice as hard and make very low incomes. So there was no time to prepare good sandwiches. In fact, people could barely afford to have meat or chicken on their sandwiches. So the combination of lack of purchasing power and the need for speed resulted in the peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. This sandwich required only 3 ingredients: peanut butter, mayonnaise, and bread. However, after the Great Depression and the explosion of inflation, people started to move away from this sandwich as it no longer served any purpose. They could afford to buy better ingredients and prepare more nutritious sandwiches for their kids. Just as the peanut butter sandwich was a necessity during the Great Depression, the next sandwich on the list was a necessity during World War II: the bologna salad sandwich. It was a unique sandwich because of its pink color. It would help if you had pickles, onions, mayonnaise, diced bologna, mayo, celery, and onions to make it. Due to meat shortages, it was predominantly used in the military to feed soldiers during World War II. Food inflation had resulted in widespread scarcity, which meant preparing food for a large group of people required innovation. The bologna salad sandwich became a necessary food innovation at that time. People opted for it because it was easy to make, less expensive, and easy to get the ingredients. After World War II ended, the need for this sandwich was overridden. It no longer served any purpose. Other ingredients became easily accessible, so there was no point in choosing them over other, more nutritional options. However, the ingredients of the sandwich have changed over the years. Yet, they couldn't stand the test of time. Just like how this next sandwich outlived its usefulness after people could afford to buy other types of protein. The egg and sardine sandwich. This sandwich first came into the scene in the 20s. Then, during the late 30s, all the way to the early 50s, it became the go-to sandwich. This was because during this period, the Great Depression and its aftermath were equally devastating. Proteins were scarce, and egg sandwiches were regarded as luxurious and proteinous food, especially in households of those struggling financially. It was less expensive, simple to make, and more nutritional than many other sandwiches available at the time. So people who worked hard and were always busy settled for it as their nutritional food, which was always available. The ingredients include eggs, sardines, and bread. To make it, you mixed mashed, hard-boiled eggs and sardines between 2 slices of bread. People who could afford butter would spread it on the bread before adding the boiled egg and sardine mix. However, in the 60s, people could afford other types of proteins. Most importantly, meat was becoming easily affordable. So eggs and sardines no longer served any purpose, and many people forgot about them completely as a go-to sandwich. The problem with the egg and sardine sandwich was the need for any type of protein. For this next sandwich, the problem was the need for chicken. The mock chicken sandwich. Just like the egg and sardine sandwich, the mock chicken sandwich became popular during the Great Depression due to people's need to have or at least taste meat or chicken in their sandwiches. Buying chicken and meat was too expensive for people. It was like possessing gold, so the mock chicken sandwich became a substitute. The sandwich was for busy people who did many jobs to get by and were always tired. Making it was not as fast as many other types of sandwiches of this period, but it was straightforward. You need tomatoes, eggs, cheese, onions, herbs, butter, salt, and pepper to make it. Cook all these ingredients in a pan on medium heat and then spread between 2 slices of bread or a sandwich bun. This gives the sandwich a chicken taste without actually having any chicken. Unsurprisingly, just like the many popular foods of the Great Depression era, as soon as the real deal becomes affordable, people forget the popular choice. As chicken became increasingly affordable, mock chicken sandwiches no longer served any purpose and were driven to extinction. Next on the time list of extinct sandwiches is the bacon and peanut butter sandwich. It became popular in the 50s and 60s. To make it, you need peanut butter, banana slices, strips of bacon, and slices of bread. It was famous at the time because it was regarded as a highly nutritious sandwich. However, access to many other types of ingredients changed the taste, and many people forgot about making the bacon and peanut butter sandwich. Interestingly, although bacon and peanut butter sandwiches are no longer seen in American homes, the use of peanuts and bacon is still widespread. So it wasn't that Americans forgot about bacon and peanut butter. They only didn't care to mix both to make their sandwich. No doubt these sandwiches have served the American household, especially the lower class, in turbulent periods. Many Americans found solace in these sandwiches during the Great Depression, food scarcity, and periods of the World War. It also helped many people who needed something quick that wouldn't take up their time preparing for work, while ensuring that everyone in the household didn't go about their day on an empty stomach. However, it is still arguable that some of these sandwiches would still taste absolutely delicious if brought back. So which of these sandwiches will you be trying to make? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch other videos like this.